I had to open up this shirt to put it on, the BlizzCon shirt for this year.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
I just had it back there, and I was like, what am I going to wear? And that's not my work shirt.
Uh-huh. Something BlizzCon-ish. Yes.
It's appropriate. Is this it? Yes, it's it.
Oh, we have unboxing. We have unboxing. I'll tweet
we do. I don't know if anybody's watching.
I don't know, but I will go get them.
But the newest addition to the wall, it is the
Shrikana?
The Shrikana, yep. Whoop. There we go. Yep. Finally, I pre-ordered this gal in June. And then it came out like 6 weeks ago, and then a lot of the orders got canceled. All the pre-orders got canceled except for like 10% of them. Mm-hmm. I was one of the lucky 10% that was just like, we can't make it in September. How does October sound? And I was like,
you're like,
yeah, I paid for it. I'll wait. And the box is in great condition. She's
great.
Pretty. She's the only Anna I have. I don't have the regular one.
I played Anna on Tuesday, playing with Joss and Nevermore, and
nice.
And got on Heroes of Storm, and she's kind of infamously been annoying to play. And now they've kind of given her a couple little buffs, and I was just like, I'm having fun playing her now. Yes, like, this is great. So yeah, that was super awesome.
That's good.
Yeah, she's a cool character. She's a very cool character.
She is. I had a really good round of her with Mystery Heroes the other day. Last night? No. Yeah, last night. I had a real good match with her. Mm-hmm. And usually I am just awful at Anna because I'm trying to shoot somebody, and then I'm trying to shoot an enemy, and then an ally gets in the way, and I just start shooting them. And I was like, I'm not trying to heal you. Get out of my way.
Get out of my way. I do not wish to heal you.
Shot. I had a good shot. Stop it.
Well, it's nice with heroes because if you're shooting a healing dart, it passes through any enemy minions and hits your hero, and so which is awesome. I mean, that's the best part. So it's just different because there's not the scoping thing that goes on with heroes too. That happens in Overwatch. We have to scope in or scope out, and so that part's nice too. Because I'm always bad when I have to, like, I can't really play Widowmaker or anything like that because I can't scope in like that. It can drive me crazy.
It is a little tough, and I'm not. I get. You know, it kind of depends. I have my good moments and my bad moments when it comes to snipers.
Mm-hmm.
It just kind of depends on how I'm feeling that day.
Oh man. It has been one of those weeks where I am just like, I could sleep for a whole afternoon. That would just be glorious. I don't have that opportunity right now because it's so busy, but it's busy, but it's busy. It is busy.
Busy sometimes mean the days go by quicker because I realized today that I've got 2 more work days, and then I'm off for the 2 days, and then I fly there.
That's awesome. I know, it's exciting.
It's so glorious. So I can't wait.
It's happening. You wait all year for it. It's happening. I see a chat room still slowly starting to file in. Hello, good evening. Happy Thursday. I hope everyone's well. I hope everything's going well. It's
Thursday.
Welcome.
I see Catacodex in the chat room.
A Catacodex? Hi, Cata.
What? Wild Cata appears. Hey, Tiber.
Hi, Tiber. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, so this is our pre-BlizzCon episode, the last one before BlizzCon. We won't have one next week, so this will tide you over until we come back.
Yep. We'll be at like Con Before the Storm at that point, I think.
Yeah. So say a prayer for the two of us to stay healthy so that we can return on the 8th. Everybody's well enough to be able to perform, because that would be awesome. Because
I would like that very much. I may bring hand sanitizer this year and just kind of every once in a while, little dabble, do ya?
yeah, I pretty much spend the entire time popping zinc tablets periodically throughout the day, just to make
Yeah.
sure that my immune system is fighting off whatever like plague is being carried by a bunch of people that I'm hugging. So
Yeah. Don't bring your stuff.
don't be patient
Hugs,
zero.
not cooties.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's not cooties.
Hugs, not diseases or
Please no
infections or whatever.
diseases. Please please no diseases.
Please, there's no diseases. Oh,
Is Draven here yet? You don't get to use that for the show title because it's pre-show.
yep. It's pre-show. Yeah.
That's the rules.
Did
This
you?
is.
I got the little thing about the BlizzCon mini music festival.
Yeah.
That is bananas.
Yeah.
Like I haven't even looked at the details yet because I saw it in the middle of the day and I've been running nonstop today. So that's oh wow. So they're gonna be on different stages at the same time.
Yeah, so you get to choose which one you want to go to.
Golly. Which one would you go to?
If I were to go to one, I'd probably go to Lindsay Sterling. I won't be probably unless someone drags me there, but because I've just the concert thing isn't me. I've never done it, and it's just mainly because that's usually an excellent time to spend time with people. So we could talk about that on a show. But yeah, so this is number 6 BlizzCon, and I won't have gone to any of the concerts in the previous time, and I've never regretted it. So, and it's just me. I mean, it is what it is. So.
Yeah, and I mean, I've only gone
we'll
to
repeat that
one. We'll talk about it.
Yeah,
we'll talk about it more once we go live.
Because we're gonna do a little BlizzCon discussion too. So
we got a man without a boat. He's got one less boat, and he's a man. He's here.
Boatless man. Hi, Dad. Dad's probably getting
we
sleepy.
have a malnourished seahorse. Skinny seahorses in here.
Oh my goodness.
Oh. Man, I'm just so beat. Well, we had somebody call in today too, so that didn't help. I had to take on extra jobs to help. We had to spread the jobs around to that one person to everybody, and it all screwed us up. So I had a longer day because of that too.
It's always something though.
Yeah, and it's the person who went on vacation for like a week and a half.
And then
they're supposed to be their first day back. And they're like, nope. That's why I do a recoup day. I don't go back to work. I fly back on Monday, and I'm off on Tuesday.
Yeah. See, and that's the hardest thing for me because I work from home. So I can't really like not go to the office because it's here.
It's here. It's next door.
I have
in the office.
I get home pretty. I get home at like 7, 8 o'clock at night on Monday, and so my guess is that I will just sleep and just wake up when I wake up. Because I turn off all my notifications on my phone so nothing disturbs me while I sleep. Yeah. But, it'll just be me trying not to like open my phone and read the notifications because they're there when I open the phone. So
yeah, and you'll look at it, and as soon as you start looking at it, you'll wake up more, and then you won't be able to put it down. Like, what's going on Twitter? What's going on Instagram? Oh man, Facebook. What's going on? Oh, I'm awake.
Yeah.
And it's not, and it's noon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's gonna be interesting to see what this year is gonna be like after I get home and be exhausted. Hopefully happy, good, exhausted. All right, chat room. So let's boot you up. Let's boot you up with a ready check. Booting you up with a ready check.
FOMO hardcore.
Thank you for the ready check. Ready check. Press 1 if you are ready. Press 2 if you need a summons.
Always need a summon.
Summons all the Moo crew. Summonses them. Please?
We need like a whole, like that raid team summons that we used to have back in Cataclysm or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Just summon the whole raid team
Summon them all.
yeah, just mass summon. Man, I miss that.
That was cool.
Yeah.
Wasn't that a guild perk too? Like you had to earn that and unlock it? Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, you did.
That was crazy. You're going to go by flags.
It was a good feature. I'm sad that it went, and I still miss it from time to time.
Are you snoring, Cat? He's snoring.
He's snoring.
There we go. Now he'll go back to sleep, hopefully. Summon Nerd Family? Yeah, that's kind of what BlizzCon is. It's that moment of saying, Summon Nerd Family! You will appear from all around the world on this one weekend at the beginning of November. They cast a spell at BlizzCon headquarters, or Blizzard headquarters in Irvine, California, to say all of you will just appear suddenly without planning or
everywhere
around the world. And they usually tell us every year how many countries people have come from. It was
hundreds.
Like 50 some odd countries or something crazy like that. So
is awesome. The chat room, is the sound going in and out at all for you guys? Sometimes when Jules is talking, it goes out for a couple of words.
I hear that with you sometimes too, but
oh, you do?
Yeah, I'll hear that for you,
well,
but
let me change the voice settings and I don't know if it's the
I'll change the sensitivity on my microphone for you, so that you, because if I get softer, dun dun dun, test. I'll just bring that down a little bit, see if that's easier for you.
Okay.
Just to pick up everything.
Okay, so, okay, so it might be that I need to turn down my input sensitivity.
Yeah, I did this. I just did that, so it should be a little bit better.
Okay, did you have yours all the way down?
No, not all the way, but I can put it all the way down.
Well, if I'm going to keep it, yeah.
All right,
I've got it down at negative. I got it down at -85.
Because they're getting my microphone direct, so.
Oh, okay.
You just hear something, and if I soften my voice, then you're probably not going to hear as much. So I will just let it flow through Discord and let the spice flow.
Yes, the spice must flow.
The spice must flow. All right. So chat room is ready. They've been summoned. Are you ready?
I am ready.
Ready? Let's do this. Let's do this in 3, 2, 1.
You're listening to Tauren Think Tank, the podcast about the Blizzard gamer behind the keyboard.
It's episode 291 of Tauren Think Tank. Today is Thursday, October 25th of 2018. It's 8:16 p.m. Central Time. My name is Jules, and with me, as always, is the man whose exhaustion level is about to match mine, because we are both kind of being held up by toothpicks and probably Red Bull. It's Marconin.
Pretty much toothpicks and a dream and a sheer willingness to survive the week. It has been a whirlwind week for both of us, and I tell you, I have never been wanted to go to vacation so badly ever since I got off of overnights, because that was rough stuff too. But yeah. I am done. I have 2 more days of work left, and then after that, I'm just like, I'm off for like 11 days. I don't know what to do. I mean, I know what I'll do for like 7 or 8 of those days, but still, it's like, what? I don't know. Like, what's going on? I'm just, I'm just hyper-focused on the day. It is.
Did today feel like Friday to you all day?
A little bit. It kind of did, but then again, my Fridays are actually Thursdays since I work on Saturday.
Oh, true.
Kind of off a little bit.
Yeah.
So it did feel like it was closer to the weekend, And when I finally realized that on my last job for the day, I was sitting there doing some like tedious stuff. I'm like, oh, I only have 2 more work days. Okay, and then back to work. Let me get through today, and I'll get there.
Today was one of those days, and Bartholomew on Twitter was saying today felt like Friday all day, and I was like, yes, like it had that feeling of like that exhaustion feeling that I always get on a Friday because I've just worked a full week, and it just kind of felt like it was there, and then I'm like, oh no, it's still Thursday.
Yep.
Still Thursday, and I still have a lot more work to do. But
psych.
Yep. But yeah, there's just the excitement is in the air. It is building. We are tired and we are stoked. It's just this combination of anticipation and oh my gosh, I have so much to do.
Yeah.
My house is a complete mess. I have to clean
Same.
everything. Yes. I don't know where I'm going to pack some of this stuff because I have to bring a full podcast setup with me this time. So,
that's right.
Yeah, so I have to bring microphone, mic stand, audio box, computer, laptop, and all the cords, all the stuff. And I'm just like, what am I going to do with it? How am I going to fit all this? So, and be there for a week. So, yeah, there's that. So anyway, let's talk about what's been going on with you first. What's shaking and what's been happening this last week?
Well, my phone died on Saturday.
What? No.
Yeah, the touchscreen stopped working and the LED started bleeding across the screen and going out. It would go purple and then black. It was like a big bruise spread across the screen. And so I had to, and I had to work all day. And by the time I got almost done with work, I could barely see any of what's going on my screen. And what's cool, because I've got one of the older Samsung Notes. And so I have that stylus. The stylus would still work. So in my research during the day, I had a coworker drive between jobs, and so I could do some research. And I found an app that would let me screen mirror essentially my phone when I plug it into my computer onto my monitor, and then I can control it with a mouse. So I still have access to my phone. So I was able to back up everything, go through, get my Blizz, get my authenticator code, so I can use it on the new phone, so that I'm okay. So the important things first, right?
Mm-hmm.
Make sure my authenticator is good.
Mm-hmm.
And pulled everything off of it. And that morning I ordered a certified refurbished off Amazon, because I was like, well, I need a phone because I'm leaving in a week. So I need a phone. So I just order it, get it on Monday, and then back up and running. But what's cool is I went to work, and a friend of mine, he actually has, a friend / coworker. I was talking to a guy there about maybe getting like a little prepaid phone, but since I'm with Verizon, you have to pay extra charges. He was like, if it was any of the other carriers, just pop it right in. With Verizon, you're like, I got to jump through hoops. I got to pay extra money. It's like, jeez. So I was just talking to him. And then one of the management guys, who's a buddy of mine, he was like, dude, I got an S6. If you want to borrow it for a couple of days, here you go. Just give me a sec. And so he backs up his stuff, wipes the phone, and gives it to me.
His own phone?
One of his backup phones.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
It's like his emergency phone. And so I did the SIM card swap thing, and I had the phone. Well, because Sunday was Community Day, Jules, I needed a phone for Community Day.
Yeah, I missed it. I couldn't participate in it, and I'm really bummed. But I was doing really cool stuff.
I've got a couple extra shiny Beldums if you want to trade.
I got one. So I happened to hit one Pokestop where I was, and hit one, and I didn't even realize it was a couple shinies there, or actually one shiny there, and I had just enough that I was able to, with the candy, to be able to evolve it. So
awesome.
I have one shiny. That's it. and it's evolved. So yeah, but I think we're gonna have to do some serious trading. And Community Day, did you see this? It's happening at BlizzCon.
Are you kidding me? I did not see that.
I think it is. No. Sorry, it's a raid day. It's a different. Sorry about that. It's not Community Day. It's a raid day, a specific raid day, like the Moltres raid day that we had in the summer. Yeah. So there's it's happening on Sunday, the 3rd. What's the 3rd? That's Saturday.
So what raid? What kind of Pokemon is it?
I don't remember. I just remember that there was raids going on, and I'm like, oh, there's going to be a bunch of people around to raid together.
Oh, Gengar raid day.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Ooh, shiny Gengar. Yeah, I need to try for that. Well, now we're doing more.
I know. We got more stuff to do at BlizzCon. It's time to raid Pokemon.
So, like, I'm gonna go play some DDR finally in California. That's on the docket. Now I have to go. Now I have to raid. You know, I didn't go to BlizzCon to raid. Yes, I did.
Yes, you did.
Who am I kidding? So yeah.
You're raiding BlizzCon. So anyway, well, you had a phone. So you got a phone.
Yes,
in hand. Okay.
I did have a phone, and I got to walk around downtown Little Rock for pretty much the entire community day, and caught like 5 shiny Beldums and evolved 2 of them. Caught a lot. Saw a couple friends there that they're older friends from college and stuff that just happen to live in the area, and they're all Poke nerds too, so I got to see them. After that, see, I'm in charge at work for my group of doing fun things now. It's a new initiative to kind of breed camaraderie with all the people on my team, and so I'm in charge of doing a monthly event. And this past weekend we did our first event. We went and ate dinner at Red Robin all together, and my boss paid for the appetizers. It was great. And 11 of us then went to a haunted house.
Yes, we talked about this last week.
Yeah, and that was really fun. My boss's wife screams a lot. She because when you're waiting, you're waiting in line to go in because they only send you 5 or 4 to 6 at a time. And there were people who, like, creepy clown guy would come out with a big old mallet, and then like this butcher guy with a baseball bat and a lead pipe would come out and just kind of creep around the crowd. And if they saw anybody like going like hiding behind their significant other, they would be like, "You."
Target.
It would just start chasing you around. And there's like some people running around. It was so funny, but we went in and it was really fun. I got startled more at my wife screaming, so it surprised me than anything else. But one room there was like a whiteout room, and like some guy was like, and I was like, that's a little creepy. But after that, the next room is pitch black again, and we were walking by the little cutout where the little stage is, and right as my eyes adjusted, I saw this dude in a pig face mask. Like, he just started moving and pulled a chainsaw thing and went, and just like my wife almost knocked me over. And I was like, ugh. So that guy got me. There's also a creepy gymnast in a cage that reached out and touched my face. She was like, ugh, with her fingers on my cheek. And I was like,
gross.
I know you're just a lady in makeup, but I was kind of like, ugh. So yeah. It was a lot of fun. We did that. And I got a car wreck on Tuesday night. So that happened. Yeah. Very minor. I wasn't hurt. The other person wasn't. My car was very cosmetically damaged, but hers was a little bit more significantly cosmetically damaged. I was driving through an intersection on a green light, and she turned into me. She was turning left opposite, so she didn't give me the right of way.
Yeah. And
she blamed me the whole time and berated me in front of the cops, and it was not very nice. And I was very mad. But you got to keep your composure in instances like that, because the instant that we got to where we were going, she put me on video. She started recording me.
Wow.
So at that point, even before then, it's like game face on, gonna be nice, gonna be polite.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens with that. Like I said, it's very minor. I drove it home. I drove it to work today.
Yeah.
But yeah, sorry, was in a little bit of a bump. Yeah.
No injury or anything? You don't feel anything from it?
No, it was very low. It was very low speed. In fact, I saw her start to turn in towards me. She was coming right at my driver's side door. So I floored it and like swerved to the right to miss her. And she hit the back left of my car.
Okay.
Like scraped along the back. She had a really new Camaro, so it got kind of beaten up. My car is a little bit hardier, I think. So because there wasn't as much visible damage, but
yikes.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're okay.
So that was me too. That was interesting. So gonna wait to hear back some word. I gave my statement to my insurance. You know how it goes.
Oh yeah.
I haven't been in a wreck in like a decade, so it's it's still new to me. I was like, I don't know what to do, who I give what. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I took pictures though, so that's good evidence. So
I'm sorry that happened.
Me too. I'm glad it wasn't. Well, I am thankful I didn't get hurt. She didn't get hurt. Nobody got hurt.
Yeah.
I'm glad for that.
That's important.
So yeah, after a 12.5-hour long shift, I went to the gas station to buy a lottery ticket because that was the night of the big lottery.
Yeah.
And that's right before that's when it happened.
Yuck.
Told my mom I should have just gone home.
I know, that stinks. Well, I'm glad you're okay.
Yeah. Me too. But yeah, I wanted to wait until the show to tell you about that just so I get that reaction out of it. But
yeah, like I had no idea, but I'm glad that it was minor and it wasn't, because I mean, I was in a rear end accident. I was rear-ended in 2014, and that was not
That
good.
messed up your neck.
Yeah, it messed up my neck and my shoulder. I still have issues
Yeah.
with it. Yeah, so I'm always just a little like on edge when anyone says, "Yeah, I got into a car accident." Are you okay?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm glad you're all right.
Me
Oh
too.
man. Anything else?
But yeah, that's
you had a lot that went on. Broken
had a
phone.
lot that went on. Yeah. Lot,
Wow.
my phone died. I went to a haunted house, and then I was in a wreck, and then it's long days at work. But BlizzCon is coming soon, and so
Yes,
that'll be
sir.
great. I am excited about that. Can't wait to see you. Can't wait to see everybody else,
Yeah.
and just jazzed about it. So that's that's the big part of my week. But what about you? I know you're just about as busy, but probably even busier than I've been.
So I have a lot to share because a lot of things have happened this last week.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll start with the weekend. On Sunday, I had the chance to hang out with the Heroes Hearth Esports Heroes of the Storm team because they were all here in Minneapolis. And so this was super cool because the owners of Heroes Hearth happened to live here in Minneapolis, and they rented this amazing mansion, like an actual mansion that was built
Wow.
in the 1800s. It's like this super old, kind of like super detailed, like dark wood walls, big old like sliding big doors and stuff like that. 17 crazy rooms of I don't even know. And they rented out like an Airbnb. So the team stayed, and then Blizzard flew out the media teams that do all of the footage for HGC. So like the pre-interviews and the guys doing stuff together. And so I got to take photos of all that while they were doing that, put it up on the social media sites. And then so they were out in the lawn, like, you know, doing the walks and the, you know, like with the teams, like everybody's walking straight and then the camera walks past
you get
them.
that.
Yeah.
Nice B-roll shot. Yeah.
Yeah, the B-roll stuff, and then they were like carving pumpkins, and they filmed that, and so it was awesome. Like, really fun time. And then on Sunday night, I went to see Phil Collins, which oh my gosh,
girl,
I was so excited. I couldn't even stand it. And this was the first time that I've ever gone to a concert alone, which is a new thing for me. And what's really funny is watching everybody come in. And everybody who is coming into this concert is like my parents' age. So, and you can tell, like, because it's a Sunday night and they're probably like, they don't get out a whole lot. So everybody's dressed up real nice. It's like all fine. And so the concert starts by him walking out on stage with just him and a spotlight. And he is walking with a cane and moving real slow, and the crowd stands up to give him a standing ovation. And he said, you know, I told you guys a long time ago that I wasn't going to do this anymore. But I missed you. And he's like, my foot's or my back is all messed up, and so is my hand. And he used, like, instead of messed up, he used the F word. And when he said, but we're going to have a good time. I may have to sit for this whole thing, but we're still going to have fun. And he starts singing, and I start crying.
Man.
Start singing Against All Odds. Just him, the spotlight, and the music. And I'm just like, this is
That's
so
such
amazing.
A good song, too.
And so, yeah, he was right. I mean, he sat most of the time on the swivel chair, but it was a great show. Like, they had the full-on horn section, like the old school, like 80s music horn section, 2 trumpets, a trombone, and a saxophone, and all that stuff. I was just like, this is amazing. I love this so much.
I am so jealous of that. That is so amazing.
It was a really, really cool experience. So I was really, really glad I went. It just blew me away. So I don't know if he'll ever come back. So it'll be something I'll remember for the rest of my life. So that was super cool. And then on Monday, I found out that my hotel reservation for BlizzCon was not existent.
What?
I know. So the person that I'm rooming with had called the hotel to ask them a question, and they could not find the reservation. And they told me that I had to contact hotels.com to figure it out. So I contact them, and they put me on hold, and they call the hotel, and they say, well, yeah, the hotel reservation is actually not there. So you can just cancel this reservation and rebook someplace else. And I'm like, whoa. Hotels.com. Number one, I've already paid you because you took my money. Number two, it says my hotel room is guaranteed. On your thing, it says this. And they're like, okay. And then they put me on hold again. And then this was like 25 minutes of on hold. And then they came back and said, well, we can rebook you at the Great Wolf Lodge, which is like way down over by Target. And
No.
I'm like, no. And so the only other option that I had was to cancel the reservation and rebook someplace else. So on the Monday, like 2 weeks before BlizzCon, like a week and a half before BlizzCon, I didn't have a hotel. And oh my God, if I had shown up, I would have shown up and there would have been no reservation for me if this person hadn't called. And poor Kalani, bless him, I told Kalani about this reservation, this hotel. He booked the same one I did. He checked with them and they didn't have his either. So he had to rebook his as well.
That's so dumb.
Yeah. So, yeah. Kalani's putting it's fine emotes in the chat. So
it's not fine.
If you are listening to the show and you are going to BlizzCon and you happen to book at the Anaheim Portofino Inn, please call them and make sure. Yep. Because Kalani and I used two different booking services, and they both were lost. They never got like the hotel just canceled them or overbooked. So please, and anybody who like if you're going to BlizzCon and you have a hotel reservation, please call the hotel if you've used a third party, just in case. Make sure that they confirm to you that they have the reservation because I was about to pull my hair out.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was not so fun. But I held it together, and I was like, all right, we got this. We are now booked. It's fine. It's fine, Jules. It's fine.
It's fine. It's fine. We're gonna be. Everything's fine.
It's fine. So now we're set.
Good.
And I called the hotel like after I booked it, and they were like, oh yeah, we have your reservation right here. He like said my name before I actually said it to him, so I'm like, okay, good. You have my reservation.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was good. And then the final thing, which I can finally tell you guys, which is really super cool. It's like the biggest thing, everything. I told you about my new job last week for E-League Report and being producer of E-League Report. Well, that's not all that's happened in the last few months that I've been doing stuff. Part of the reason why I was hanging out with the Heroes Hearth esports team is because I am the new operations director for Heroes Hearth.
Yeah.
So now I have two jobs.
Yeah.
Two jobs.
Glutton for punishment.
Yes, I have two jobs and it's awesome. And holy crap, that's super cool. And I could not be happier. Like it's on my Twitter profile now. So if you go on there and you see like the banner thing, it says Jules Scott, Operations Director, which is like the coolest thing ever. And what that means is I'm basically helping with all of like the esports website production stuff. Like I am the one that makes sure everything gets done. Kind of what I was doing before for other stuff. So yes. Thank you. Life is good.
It's so good. That's so awesome.
Life is good. And I'm going to be really, really, really busy at BlizzCon. So let's talk a little bit about BlizzCon.
Yeah.
Let's talk about what's going on at BlizzCon. Earlier part in the week is great. Like, you know, if you guys come in on Wednesday, so you think you're coming in on Wednesday. Tuesday you're coming in. So yeah, so like I think on Wednesday is going to be kind of chill, hanging out with people. On Tuesday,
and Halloween too,
and Halloween and all that type of thing. And then Thursday is kind of all the badge pickup stuff and whatever. And then after that evening when Calm Before the Storm starts, it's just going to be like, pff. So if you are trying to find me, if you would like to say hi, I will most likely be found at the Heroes of the Storm stage during the actual BlizzCon event. So it's just, I know it's going to be more, it's going to be different for like people who would normally see me like at the CTR party, or I will be at Con Before the Storm. I will be there at 8 o'clock for a meet and greet. I will also be doing the Heroes of the Storm panel at 6:15. So you guys will see me at both places there. But I'm really worried, Marconin. I feel like I'm just not going to be able to have time to see as many people as I would want to. And so I don't want to feel like, I'm going to miss people. So I want you to know, like, if you're looking for me, just please, like, make sure that you, like, tweet me or something. Like, I'm looking for you so I can make myself available if I can. Because it's going to be really busy for me this year. Different than last year.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. Dybers says so much for the BlizzCon that you're not working. Yeah. Now I'm working 2 jobs at BlizzCon. Oh, Lordy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a little different.
So that's kind of what's going on with me. I'm very excited with all the stuff that's happening, but yeah, I mean, I don't even know what to expect this year. It's kind of this weird. I mean, I do, but I don't. I just don't know what my time's going to be like.
Yeah. I mean, you know, it's a whole different monster now that you've got all these kind of extras. You know, you had a lot of responsibility with the CTR party and everything, but it's your first year doing this, so there's no telling.
I just don't know what it's like. I don't know what to expect. I know that I'll be doing a ton of content work, and that's about it. And the rest of it's going to be figuring it out as we go along. So that's why I have to bring so much podcast gear, because I'm actually going to be podcasting, like creating content from the room and things like that. So yeah, so it's going to be an interesting week. And yeah. So do you have anything like specifically planned for BlizzCon, like things that people can find you at?
I'll be standing in the line at the pins for Dark Moon Fair.
That's like that
immediately following the opening ceremony.
It's like the knowledge base. Like if you just want to see Marconin and just like want to stand next to him in the line while he's waiting, that's like a great way for someone to just hang out and chat with you. Pass the time faster.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, we'll be there for a while because I was there for a couple of hours last year. And we were even close. Like we were downstairs at the Hearthstone stage.
Yeah.
And just directly upstairs is where the Dark Moon Fair, the pin trading, the pin sellers are. And they've got some exclusives this year, including a Heart of Azeroth that looks really, really cool. So I'm going to be expanding my pin collection again. As soon as the opening ceremony is over, I'm making a beeline up to it and going to stand in line. So if you too are a cool pin collector like me and others like that, Wicked Kitten says, "Ooh, pins, girl, you know how we roll on pins." We waited a couple years ago for hours in the Hearthstone Tavern so we can get the little Hearthstone card back pin. We had to answer trivia questions, and it was crazy.
It was an experience, though. Like, you remember that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's the hardest that I have worked for any pin that I have on the wall over here. That's the hardest one I ever worked for. But yeah, that's what I'll be doing right after the opening ceremonies. And after that, gosh, I have no idea. I'll be around. I love to go check out the art stuff. I'll either be in line at the pins or I'll be in line for the merch store, because I know they'll be releasing some stuff that I may want at the con that's not available on the pre-sale.
Yeah.
Because like the past several years, they've always had this little BlizzCon pin with the logo and the year on it. It's not on the site. Couldn't order it. And so I don't know if they're going to make that only exclusive to the con or what.
Yeah, I don't know.
I hope so.
Interesting.
But it's weird not having it after all these years.
Yeah. No, that's weird. So yeah, it's gonna be an interesting year. We don't quite know what to expect for anything. I mean, I was on the Lords of the Storm podcast last night, and that is out right now. And there were a lot of BlizzCon predictions. And basically, my bottom line to this one is that we've gotten so many expectations set for us for BlizzCon that are just like, hey, don't expect this, don't get your hopes up about this, that I'm kind of feeling like we're going to get blown away by something we don't see coming. So I'm hopeful that's what it is, because it's just, it feels like a really different BlizzCon right now. So
it does. It really does. Yeah. With all the changes, not only with Blizzard themselves, but also with like the way the IPs are going, and also the way, like, you know, no CTR party, no AIE Guild Hall.
Yeah.
none of that stuff, none of like the stuff that I've seen every single year the last 5 years that I'd gone is going to be there. And so it's like,
Time
I
to
don't
make some new
know.
memories.
Yeah. We'll be meeting up with people, so
Yeah.
it's gonna be an awesome time. So, I mean, and just like Jules said, if you're wanting to say hi or find out what we're doing or what's going on, I mean, you can always tweet me or send me a DM on Twitter or something like that.
Yeah.
And hopefully, if the signal's good enough in those buildings, then you can do that. It's not good enough to stream the live show from the thing because I tried after the opening ceremony when I'm waiting in line for pins. I tried streaming the Warcraft What's Next and it just didn't work out. So
Yeah.
yeah. So
It's
yeah, you
okay.
can always let me know. I'll be around. Jules, are you going to try and go to Umami Burger again this year?
Yeah, at some point. That's kind of it's a necessity.
It's the tradition.
It is a tradition, and so every year we've got to go. We'll figure it out somehow in some
Mm-hmm.
way. It's very hard for me to right now plan just because I know nothing. Like I don't even
Oh
know what
yeah.
my record schedule is going to be like for everything because nobody seems to know that yet either. So, but yeah, I mean, we do what we do. We stay in touch via like Twitter and Discord and all that kind of thing, just or
Mm-hmm.
text message and say, "Where are you? What are you doing?" And we're going to this, and yeah, it's gonna be a weird year. So
It
again, and
is.
we always say this every year, but we will say it again. If you are looking to meet us, if you want to say, if you see us, please don't be afraid to say hello. Please
Yeah.
don't have a moment where, I mean, everybody has that social anxiety and I get it. And like, I hate, one of the worst things in the world is when I get a tweet from someone that says, I saw Jules Scott in the lobby in the Hilton and I was too afraid to come to her. And I'm like, no, like you need to come
Don't
say
do this.
hello and just say hi because I want to meet you and I want to hear your stories and I want to know what you're excited about for BlizzCon. And please do. And like in the past years, I've had like a trusted friend of a friend shove someone in front of me. Where did Marconin go? I lost Marconin. Shove someone in front of me and then come back and there you are. Hello. I think I lost you. Are you muted? Hello?
Hey,
Hey.
sorry.
Hey.
I don't know what happened there.
I don't know. We don't have a camera though.
Weird. Okay. It just the whole app crashed on me.
Oh, weird.
Yeah.
This is a live show, folks.
I do not. Okay. So maybe that works.
Can you turn the camera on?
I'm trying. Let's see. Where's this? What in the world? Okay.
Next to the leave call thing, and there's a little camera.
I don't even see the leave call thing. Where is it?
You just mouse over the upper screen where the camera stuff is, where you see me.
Okay.
We're not. Like I said, Kitten says switch to a different. We're in a DM message.
Yeah, I'm not seeing leave call at all
All
on
right,
this
I'll
thing.
leave call and I'll recall you back. Hang on.
Okay.
I see you now.
There we go. See,
Yes.
the whole program crashed on me and like went blank. I have
It's
no
so
idea
weird.
what happened with it.
So weird. So
Oh,
in any case, yeah, please, if you have a friend who is more courageous than you and you need that support, just put them in, like say, I've had people shove a friend in front of them, say, she wants to meet you. And I don't bite and Norcona doesn't bite. So
no.
there you go.
No, that happened my first year when I was too afraid to meet Coltrane for the first time.
Yeah.
And Lilu like shoved me at him. She's like, "Hey, Colt, this is my friend Marconi." He's like, "Hey, buddy," you know. So it was good. It ended up good, and that's kind of how it'll be if you meet Jules or I.
Yeah.
We don't bite. You know, we love to talk to you. I'm going to be bringing some more Tauren Think Tank buttons this year. I've still got a
Yay.
few left from like last year, the year before. Still got a few of those left. So if you want one, and they're very limited supply, and you guys are going to want one, so go ahead and grab it. All right, just
Yeah,
let me
most
know.
definitely.
Yeah, I'm gonna have it. I'm gonna have them with me, and yeah,
I think mine are all gone, so I'll have to snag a couple from you just in case.
sure, yeah, yeah, I'll have them ready.
So yeah, like that's the thing. Make sure and we'll break the ice for you. Don't worry. We know how to do that.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, and just let us say know that you want to talk, and we'll be there. So, okay.
Let me talk to you.
Now that it's almost 9, we should actually do our question for the week.
I think we should.
Let's do it. It's a think tank question, and here we go.
Tauren between options? Let Triple T help you sort it out.
This letter comes from an anonymous writer, and it's a guy, so we use the nickname Torrance for Tauren, but Torrance. So this is from Torrance, and it goes like this. Hello, Triple T. There's a person I know who I think is having serious relationship issues with their pregnant wife. These perceived issues are totally separate from the public-facing aspect of this person's life, and the only reason I'm aware of these issues is because I follow them both on Twitter. This is making me feel really bad. I'm sad that anyone would have a bad relationship with the person that's carrying their baby. I also probably don't have nearly the full story on this, and I never will. I'm not a real friend of this person, and I have absolutely no right to involve myself in this stuff at all. Still, it's affecting my outlook on this person, and I would really would likely affect any interactions I have with them. Part of me wishes I never found out, and selfishly, I wish this person would just address the situation so I could gain some relief, but neither of those things are going to happen. What do I do for myself to accept that even knowing what's going on, I can't change it and need to move on? It's from Anonymous.
Interesting thing that is.
This is an interesting question. Yeah, like I've been in situations like that where like you've seen the interactions on Twitter and everything, but for me it's been more of like I heard something that I probably shouldn't have heard from somebody about somebody else, and I'm like, yeah, that's the hard thing is when it starts to like you have an impression of somebody and then you think that they are a certain way, but you find out that this is not the real persona. There may be a facade there. Yeah. So I think that's kind of what's happening here. That the world that's being presented on Twitter is not necessarily the actual reality. And let's face it, guys, like what we present on Twitter, it ain't usually the whole thing.
Nope. It is curated.
Yeah, it's very curated. Yeah.
Very, very curated.
But, I mean, the best example that I can give you is the one of myself, because I'm the one who curates my own social media. And so like what I didn't do is like I didn't go out on like the day that my hotel room was messed up, and I didn't go on to Twitter and complain about it, but it happened to my life. Like it happened in my life. And so you didn't know that until I told you on the show that I had this issue. And when you read my Twitter feed, 90% of it is probably either esports, cats, or me being positive about something, because that's what I try to present out there. And so a lot of people have this impression of me, like I never get mad at anything. I heard someone say the other day, said about me that I have the patience of a saint. And I was like, oh, honey, you don't know me. I do not have the patience of a saint, but you think that because of I guess the persona that I present you. So it's hard for me it's like, I don't know, like you have to take what the presentation of the person is on social media at face value, but at the same time, you are missing a crucial part of like who they are as a person. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I agree. Absolutely. The part that I present on Twitter is not all of me. It's not even close. It's just the parts that are related to video games, my animals, funny stuff, good music, mountain pictures. That's about it.
Yep.
And like I said, the car accident, other than telling my wife, coworkers, and my mom, this is the first time I've said anything about it.
Yeah.
I didn't tweet about it, because it didn't really matter. Like all the people out there, I mean, I was fine. I didn't get hurt. There's no reason for me to put that out there and lavish in the notifications of people saying, "Oh, I'm glad you're okay. Oh, I was so worried. Oh, what's happened? What happened?" Like at that moment in time, I didn't want to talk about it. I was like, "Nope, I'm good." And I don't really care to blast it out to everybody. So it's very curated. We only present what we want to present, and the thing about it is like every relationship has issues. All of them do. And there are some, I have friends on Facebook that like to air every single grievance that they have with their significant other.
Yeah.
All the time. And it's like everything. It's the whole shebang. And
Awkward.
very awkward. And I just scroll past it. I see a wall of text. I know who it is automatically. I'm like, yep, it's that person. Next post. So, and it's one thing, and for other people, they may have relationship issues, but that's the thing. It's not anybody else's business what's going on when the Twitter's off and when other people, when two people are having problems in their relationship. It's not really anybody else's business.
Yeah, I think that the issue with this specific situation is like you follow both of them, and so if you put the two things together, the two sides together, the picture kind of becomes a little clearer. And then it's that feeling. I've had this feeling a lot, like I wish I didn't know what I know now. I wish that information was just like kind of past me. That has happened to me at BlizzCon. I've had conversations with some pretty drunk people who have told me things that I wish I had never heard.
Oh boy.
And then I'm just like, I could have been better off in life just not knowing that. I didn't need to know that. It was not required for me to know that, but now I do. And it does. I cannot lie. It changes my opinion of a person when I hear certain things. And so and it's hard because like this happened with me. It was someone who I knew relatively well. Like we weren't super close, but we knew each other. And it was someone who I've known for a long time who was like I was told about that person, the thing I never knew about that person. And I was just like, I didn't need to know this. I'm kind of sad that I do now because it did actually kind of affect my perception of that person. And what did I do with the information? I just said, that's just kind of going in the vault.
Yeah.
If I heard that someone had committed a grievous crime, like that, if that drunk person had said so-and-so that and are very close to in many ways or worked with in many ways killed somebody. Like, and they got away with it. Who told you?
Who told you?
I would be like, and I'd be like, what? And then, but and then it would be a moment of just like, and they got away with it. And then, that just would like be my own safety. Like that's the extremist level. But let's say that was a situation where someone's like, oh yeah, that person cheated on their wife. And I would just be like, oh, I didn't know that. Okay. Okay. But I'm not supposed to know that, right? I'm not supposed to. Like this information came to me not from the person, but they told me, like I heard, and now I know this. And I'm just like, oh, how am I going to do this? Yeah. So I think it does affect how you perceive things. I think it does. You have to make the choice of whether or not you say, I respect this person or I don't.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, it goes with anything else and not just Twitter. I mean, if you hear something about somebody, then like, yeah, it can change your perspective. And I mean, that's kind of what it does anyway. So, I mean, that's just natural.
Yeah.
And you can either just go with it or, you can say, well, this person did something and it's like, okay, well, all right, things happen. Not if they killed a guy, but like this guy was rude to me and like punched me when he was drunk. I'm like, some people are fighting. They're fighters when they drink, and he seems to be doing okay. I guess they got stuff. I guess they got it sorted out. So okay, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, you can just do that, or I mean, if it affects you, well, I mean, you just got to make that decision. If you're going to let it affect you, just kind of go past it, like kind of get past it. Like, well, everybody's got something. Just kind of go past it and like, okay, whatever.
Everybody's got stuff. So like, here's a good example of something that happened that kind of, validated my decision here. I was seeing something on Twitter from someone. I'd followed them for a certain thing and seeing stuff on their Twitter that I didn't like. Something wasn't right. I had this gut feeling. Something wasn't right. something ain't right here. So I'm going to unfollow this person because I really don't like what I'm seeing. And I unfollowed them and nothing came of it for quite some time. And then I heard from a friend that this person had done something really grievous to someone that I knew. Like later, like more recently. I'd unfollowed them years ago, but then, and it was like this validation for me to say, I knew something wasn't right. I knew something wasn't right. I just knew it. And so I will always say this, trust your gut. If you feel like that person that you're following on Twitter is not so kosher, you don't have to follow them. You don't have to interact with them if they're not because this person isn't your friend. It's not a situation where you're at work and you find out your coworker is cheating on his wife and you want to like tell her. That'd be a whole different discussion of whether or not you should tell her or not. And you don't know these people really. You just have this exposure to their life that they present to you on social media. And I think that's where the line is you get to choose if you want to have that person as an interaction in your life or not.
Oh yeah.
Plain and simple. Yeah. It just feels like if you don't like the person and you don't like the stuff that they're posting or you think they're being disingenuous, then say goodbye. I don't want to follow you anymore. Good luck to you. But it shouldn't I don't think you should allow it to affect your own life when you like there are certain people whose posts and I see them and I'm just like, ugh, and then I just like, you know, after a while when I've done that numerous times, I'm like, you're either being muted or unfollowed because you're bothering me now.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you've got total control over what you see. And if you know, if it affects you that much, I mean, it shouldn't affect you that much because it's not it has nothing to do with you. So I mean, if you're seeing things like, yeah, you can feel bad for people being in a situation like that where they're fighting all the time, especially with with a little one on the way. But I mean, they're not your relationship, they're not your kid. It's like, yeah, you can feel bad for them, but like you need to use your energy for yourself and things you can actually affect and not people on Twitter that you barely know that stuff may be happening in their lives. And don't let it affect you. I mean, if it's affecting you that bad, unfollow them. I mean, you can still like somebody and like their stuff or whatever, like what they do. But I mean, if it's affecting you to see, stuff like that, and you're like dwelling on it and then getting post-it notes and string in your bedroom and a little board and finding out like timelines and stuff, like you got to put this away. You need to hop up.
Yeah, it's a very, I think, especially when it comes, if it's somebody who is more of like a social figure, someone that you've admired, it's kind of hard to see your heroes not be the thing that you want them to be, or the impression that you built of somebody.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing, is your impression is just impression of what you see. That the people that the people that you present yourself as a person online, and if you just have to remember that these people have whole other sides to their life. They go home, they put their keys on a little key ring when they get home, they do their own thing when the cameras are off, when their phones are away, and that's the rest of their life. And you don't they don't owe you anything. They don't, they're just, public facing people when they want to be and when they have that chance.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially if it's a public figure, because their lives are so complex. Mm-hmm. I guess that's the best way to put it. And that's kind of my guess is what this is happening. I don't know who he's talking about. I don't know who this is being referred to, but my guess is that it's some kind of a more prominent figure, someone who's very, very present on the internet or somewhere else, maybe a streamer, maybe public figure of some way. And yeah, it's like you want to support them and you like their stuff, but then you're like, but as a person, maybe I don't like them as much anymore because I found this thing out that I didn't really want to know about them, because it broke that wall of them being the entertainer or whatever they are, who they are. And
they're a person.
Okay, so the weirdest analogy just popped into my head, and I'm sorry for this, internet. But remember those times when you were little and you found out that your teachers were human?
Like when you see them at the grocery store?
Yes, exactly. You just took the words right out of my mouth. And you're
Sorry.
like, oh yes. That literally just like, it broke my world when that happened, because like when you see like Mr. Marshall at the grocery store and it's like, that's so weird. Like, no.
He's not wearing a tie.
He's not wearing a
He's
tie.
wearing shorts.
And that was just like, it has that moment of kind of breaking your brain because you've only seen them in that context and it just doesn't fit.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of what I'm equating this to.
Yeah. Yeah. It's that moment that you realize they're more than what you thought they were. I agree totally.
Yeah. That's the best analogy I can come up with.
It's a good one. Yeah. And, and at that point you either have to accept the fact that these people have lives and that they are not just who they appear online, and just roll with it. Like, oh, okay. And then just go on with your day. And if you want to support them, support them. If not, not. And
yeah,
like, yep, they go to the grocery store just like everybody else.
Yeah. I mean, side note for that was a weird thing when I was a manager, when I was working as a manager and I had employees that reported to me. And a lot of times I'd have these seasonal employees that would only come in during the holiday season and then they'd go back on their lives. And I'd be at like Target and I'd run into them. And they'd give you a look like, I recognize you, but should I say hello to you because you're not at work? And this is weird. And yeah, there's that awkward thing that happens where you've seen someone outside the element and you don't know how to behave. And so I feel like there's a parallel here where you take yourself out of like whatever you've seen that person, how they present themselves to you, and that narrative doesn't match when you look at their social media. So that's the best way I can describe it.
Yeah,
my brain is weird. Sorry, guys.
Oh no, it's perfect. It's a perfect comparison there. That is just, I mean, nail on the head. I saw my band director at Walmart once, and I was like, what? and he was like, oh, hey.
Little known story about there was a scandal with my band, the band director. I wasn't in the band, my sister was, but the band director dated a student and married her.
While they were a student?
They dated them while they were a student, and then after she graduated, he married her.
Well, I'm glad he waited.
Scandal.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was an interesting time in my life.
Yeah, and was the band director older?
He was actually, I guess he was probably in his like mid 30s when the teen, she would have been 18. That's a little creepy.
Yeah, that's a little much. Like sometimes, and I went to school for music for a lot of it, so I know almost all the band directors here, and I went to school with them in the state. And like fresh out of college, and you're like 23, 24. There are a couple of my fellow students that when they were band directors, like their students looked older than they did.
Yeah.
And like a couple of my fellow band director friends, they've had students hit on them.
Oh yeah, I'm not surprised.
All that stuff, and they're like, whoa, no, I like having a job too much.
Yeah.
For you to be going around thinking these things, you need to get home.
Well, you think about it, you're in a room filled with teenagers with raging hormones, and someone who like that. I mean, I wound up getting a major crush on one of my music teachers when I was younger, and that's just like, that's messed up. Now I know it's messed up, but you're a teenager and you don't know what's going on. So
no, well, I mean, my advanced PE teacher, she was the volleyball coach, and she was like 23.
Yeah,
and she was very attractive.
Yeah,
and I was like, geez.
This is not fair.
She was like the one hot teacher out of the entire school. And I was like, wow, she's really pretty. Oh goodness.
So anyway, now that we've derailed this conversation completely, I think we've pretty much agreed on this topic for our anonymous writer, Torrance. I hope that you feel a little bit better about the fact that you can just kind of distance yourself from the contact, or just remove them from social media if you don't want to see it, because I can imagine how it could bother you, and you don't have to see it.
No, and just realize that they're people too. They have complicated lives, just like you do, just like I do, just like Jules does, just like anybody does. And sometimes people are people. I mean, people are always people, but sometimes you get to see that they're people like when you meet them at the grocery store.
Yeah.
So just take that into account. Hope for the best for them and their baby. Hope things get better. Hormones change a lot. They, the dynamic changes when there's one on the way.
That's true.
I have friends that had a baby coming along the way, and it got dicey.
Yeah.
I had to move out because I don't know if it was like hormones treated me as the enemy, but she was not very nice to me.
Yeah.
After they had the baby, perfectly all right.
Right.
So who's to say? We don't know. Just remember their people. Remember their people, okay?
Thank you for the letter. And while we're at BlizzCon, if you would like to send us your thoughts and feedback about this discussion or your own letter, we would love to see it. It's questions@taurentthinktank.com. And just as a reminder, we're not going to have a show next week, so you're going to have to use this one to tide you over until we come back. There you go.
But that also means you've got 2 weeks to figure out a letter to send to us.
Very true. Very, very true.
Which you need to do.
It's a good time to do it. It's a good time to do it. So
we're getting towards the end of the year. The holidays are coming up. Lord knows people have issues during the holidays with friends and family. So if that sparks a question or something in your mind, go ahead, send it on in. We would love to read your letter. We'd love to talk about it. Of course, you can remain anonymous, just like Torrance did tonight. So no pressure. If you don't want, these names can be changed to protect the innocent. So
absolutely,
go ahead and send it on in.
And that, Marconin, is a show.
Yes. Thousands of years from now, when they dig up the old hard drives on servers somewhere, maybe an alien civilization has come and seen the remnants of this once great planet. And they've checked through and they find only one spare ancient, perfectly preserved, like iPhone 10, where a fellow member of the Moo crew had been encased and preserved it perfectly. And they look and they see, what is this podcast thing? They look it up and they see the horns of Triple T. And they will look and they will say, They will listen to it, if that's how they listen. And they will discover and find out that just this thing that we have done today would be, by their archaeological standards, be considered a show.
Beautiful, beautiful. I thought we were just going to get a yes. And then we didn't.
We were, but then the thought train went
and
like,
then, and then you were inspired.
I went to the ending of AI. Movie.
Gosh, yeah.
Yeah.
So again, no show next week. Happy BlizzCon week, and we will most likely be posting everything that's going on our Twitter feed. So please do follow us there, and we'll keep you up to date on what's happening. And there's like we just told you, there's a whole lot going on coming up. So, but we will hopefully be back on the 8th. Again, say a little prayer to the non-sickness gods to keep us safe from being sick or losing voices, and that we can return on the 8th like we expected. So
that is the goal, and I hope we attain it.
Anything else you want to add before I start bringing this home?
Come say hi, folks, if you're out at BlizzCon. If not, send a tweet or something, say hi. Either way it goes. I look forward to talking to you all and seeing everybody down there. And it's a good day today. It was a hectic day, but every day that we get a chance to do this show is a good day. So
I agree. And with that, I will bring this show to a close like we always do, just like this. Tauren Think Tank is supported by you, our fans. Thank you to each and every one of you who supports us every month on our Patreon. If you'd like to help out Triple T, you can do so at patreon.com/TaurenThinkTank.
Portions of the music and sound effects heard on this show can be found at incompetech.com and at freesound.org. You can also find us outside of the show on our website, and that's at taurenThinkTank.com, which has all of our podcasts and information on how to get in touch with us as well. And taurenThinkTank.com/store if you want to get a cool shirt, sweater, hoodie. We got a ton of stuff there.
Hell yeah, we do. And if you want to meet other members of the Triple T community, maybe make some quick friends before you're heading off to BlizzCon from the Moo Crew, you can join our Discord server, and the quick way to get there is tinyurl.com/TTTchat2.
Do it. And while you're doing that, You can also like us on Facebook at facebook.com/Tauren Think Tank. You can find us on Twitter. That's probably the best way to find us, too. You can find the show at Tauren Think Tank. You can find Jules at Jules RPG. And you can find myself, Marconin, at Marconin Wow.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, chat room, for being with us tonight, hanging out every Thursday night at 8 o'clock Central Daylight Time. You can find us on the video stream, watch our live show, and be a part of that lovely chat room at twitch.tv/Tauren Think Tank. We love seeing you here with us if you can be, but we appreciate you if you download the show and listen on the go. Marconin.
Jules.
I will see you in 6 days.
Yes, you will, and
5 days.
Can't wait.
5 days.
5 days.
5 days. I was like, wait, no. Yeah, 5 days.
Yep, 5 days till Tuesday. I can't wait. It'll be great to see you soon.
Yes,
It'll be great
safe
to be
travels.
back in Anaheim again with all of you.
Safe
travels to you too.
Get hungry for a umami burger. And
I'm doing the Impossible Burger this year. I'm going to finally do it.
Yes!
Gotta try
absolutely.
it.
Absolutely.
Oh.
We'll see you guys on November 8th. Hopefully, if we're well, we'll keep you posted if we're not. For myself, for Marconin, for the entire chat room. Until next time. /moo, everybody.
/moo. Tauren Think Tank. We make your problems less bad.
And scene.
And that is it.
See you both soon. Yes, RJ, we'll see you soon.
Yes.
It's gonna be great.
5 days.
My hair is so dark now.
Oh.
I got my hair done on Tuesday.
Looks good.
Thank you. I like this red. It's so cool. It doesn't last as long as I'd hope, but I try to preserve it until at least BlizzCon, and then, then the rest of it is just like, because really what happens is every time I wash my hair, I wash color out, and so I try to like every other day wash my hair so that I don't have as much color loss. But yeah. Oh, we've got Draven Dresden stuff. Draven's really, really late. Let's see.
Wasn't prepared to make show titles because he sucks tie dad.
By Harry Potter Critical Role. That sounds awesome. No, we don't hate you. It's okay. Oh. You're hoping Blizzard cancels Classic? Really?
I
mean, I don't think they will since they tied it to the virtual ticket. I think we're out of luck on that.
Yeah. I think we are. I just don't know how it's going to go. We've talked about it before. I think the rose-colored glasses are going to make it like hugely popular in the first couple of months but then people are like, well, I can work on my classic tune from a game that's 14 years old, or I can go raid with all my friends.
Yeah.
So
did you get both lists? Yeah, I got both lists. I don't really know what we're going to Marconin. Oh, Saluge and Ninogram Eric Luke are cool.
Luke. Thank you.
Thank you.
Please don't use these. Well, I almost said hot for teacher when we were talking about like attractive teachers. And
I don't want to name the show Hot for Teacher. Yeah.
That will get some interesting clicks, I think.
I think like Mr. Marshall at the grocery store would be interesting or something like that.
Yeah. Or it could be like at the grocery store.
Yeah, all right, let's do that.
Episode 291 at the grocery store.
I saw my teacher at the grocery store.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point, Solomio. People didn't get to see the old world as it was. I would really like to go and raid Naxxramas and get Atish, Medivh's staff.
Yeah.
That'd be the only reason that I would play Classic, really, because I played Classic. Jules, you played back before Kata and Classic and all that stuff.
I played before
we were
Burning
there.
Crusade.
Yeah, we were there. We saw it. It wasn't as fun as it is now.
No. I just whatever. Tough, I don't want to begrudge anybody anything.
No.
And if that's what you want, that's what you want. I just don't understand it. I think is the best way for me to describe it. It's like I just don't get it, But same thing for me about I have the same issue with a lot of things. Like, the whole uproar about every single year there's the uproar about whoever it is that's announced as the musical act. It doesn't matter who it is. I mean, Even Weird Al, we had a conversation on the show about that. There was still
Yeah.
a freaking uproar
I
about.
don't know why Weird Al is like right up the stereotypical nerd for BlizzCon gamer thing. I mean,
Yeah,
he's fantastic.
yeah, but there
That's
were
the only one
people that
I've
were just
seen. But...
like, just freaking pissed. And I was like, I and now they present 3 different musical acts and of different genres and different styles, and people are freaking pissed. And I'm like, I don't know
like,
what you
well, like
want.
if someone told me I had to go to one of them, I'd probably do Christian Nairn, because that EDM stuff, I just gobble that up. Train is good. Train's a
Train's
great
great.
band. Yeah, I
Drops of
like their music.
Jupiter, and yeah, I mean, it's great
Yeah.
music, but
Hey Soul Sister,
mm-hmm.
all that stuff. I like it. But like, I would want something to really jam out to, and I think that the like Rave of Thrones style stuff would just be like, ah.
Yeah,
I
I
would just
mean,
jam out to that. Lindsey Sterling's fantastic
and
too.
she's
No, no,
amazing.
yeah,
I just don't understand. Truly, like I am not trying to be like mean or anything. I literally just do not understand like why, if you don't like the band, then you just go do something else. Like it
yeah.
just
I mean, I didn't go see Metallica. I went and played the Overwatch demo a couple more times,
because the lines were short.
The lines were almost non-existent. So
Yep.
I went and did that and took in, like, I got to cool down and look around at BlizzCon because there was hardly anybody around.
Yeah.
I got to take that somber last walkthrough for that year.
Yeah. No, it's just, I mean, Jocelyn got ripped to shreds the year that Weird Al was playing because she was like, great, more time for me to play the Warcraft stuff in line. But they're short. And she got completely ripped apart because she didn't like Weird Al. And it was like, oh my God.
I mean, I don't understand how she could not like Weird Al, but I'm not going to tear up and down for it.
She's like, it wasn't even like that she didn't like him. It was just like she didn't really care. It was like, like, I think Weird Al is fine. Funny.
Yeah.
Silly. I have albums of his, but it wasn't like I needed to go see him, and I didn't. And people were like, how could you not go see Weird Al? It's just not my thing.
I just didn't.
It's not my thing. It's
called the thing where I didn't walk into it. That's
yeah,
how I did it.
And then, but I don't begrudge anybody liking it or not liking it, and that's where I get confused. Like, I just may be silly naive. I don't know. Like, I cannot process that.
Well, and it's a free concert with your
yeah.
It's something free. If you don't like it, don't go to it.
Yeah. No, it's
I always did.
It's incomprehensible to me.
Inconceivable.
I cannot compute. Yeah. All right, my friends. It is time that we must depart because I seriously need some water. So,
yes,
and my water is empty.
And I need that, and I need to add this guy or gal to my collection because I finally have her.
Yay!
After months of Amazon taking their time, I have her. Yes, the pretty.
For all those that are traveling to BlizzCon, yeah, he got respot right there. For all those traveling to BlizzCon, safe travels. Hope to see you. If you are not traveling and you're watching the virtual ticket at home, enjoy. Be comfortable. You don't have to stand in line and get your feet hurting. Enjoy that, and we'll be back in 2 weeks. Hopefully,
we will. If we see you there, please say hi. Can't wait to see all y'all. And if not, have a wonderful 2 weeks, and we'll see you on the other side of BlizzCon.
Yes,
2018.
/moo, everybody.
/moo. Yeah.
Yeah. Bye.